3 rides, loads of questions. Let's see how many of them I can answer whilst I'm on the rides. Hi everyone, how's life, and welcome to another one of my videos. So yes, in this video I thought it might be a fun idea to see how many of your questions I can answer whilst I'm riding some of the iconic Disneyland Paris rides. So there'll be a few different options. Big Thunder Mountain, of course, because it's closing next month in January, so I want to make sure I say a nice goodbye to it before it goes away for quite some time. About 6 months it's going to be off. And then we're going to head to the other park, Walt Disney Studios, to go on Aladdin's carpet ride, because that recently came out of refurbishment after being closed for over 6 months. So I want to check that out, see if there's any changes to that, but also obviously answer your questions whilst I'm on there. And then last but not least, we're going to go on Orbitron in Discoveryland, because it's one of 2 rides that I haven't done at all this year in 2024. The other one being Indiana Jones, which I just don't enjoy doing. It gives me a headache. It's not a very smooth ride, that one, so I don't mind not doing that. But Orbitron I actually really enjoy, and I want to make sure I get it done in 2024 before the year ends, so come along. Before we start this challenge though, I do want to give a big shout out and thank you to Disneyland Paris and the DLP Inside Is team, because I'm actually with them today and they have provided me with a Premier Access pass for all the attractions, meaning that I won't be queuing. Hopefully I'll be able to get straight onto the rides. It's something that I don't personally ever choose to purchase because I visit so often, but when I get given one for free, I'm like, let's make a challenge out of it. Anyway, first stop, Frontierland, to go and ride Big Thunder Mountain, and there it goes. You can see the train going past. This ride is iconic in Disneyland Paris. It's one of people's favorite rides here. It's one of my personal favorites as well. When people come visit Disneyland Paris from other Disney parks, they always rave about our version here, because we truly do have the best version of Big Thunder Mountain here in Disneyland Paris. And I can say it because I've been on all of them around the world. All the Disney parks, I've been lucky enough to visit them all and ride Big Thunder Mountain. And I think my second favorite after the one in Paris would be the one in Tokyo Disney, but it still doesn't beat this. Look how beautiful it looks as well. So yes, Big Thunder Mountain means a lot to me here. It was actually the very first roller coaster I ever went on when I was maybe something like 6 years old, and I remember finding it really scary but also very fun that first time. So I almost closed my eyes for the majority of it that first time, but I also liked it, if you know what I mean. I think it's a really good first coaster for people, but I'm just rambling because I'm nervous about this. I don't think you're ready, guys, for me answering your questions on the ride on Big Thunder Mountain. I don't think I'm ready. It's going to be interesting to see how many I can answer. And Big Thunder Mountain is currently showing at a 45-minute wait. But if we're going based on the amount of people that are gathered here outside, I feel like it's definitely going to be longer. So once again, huge shout out and thank you to Disneyland Paris for providing me a Premier Access card for the day. And I think all I need to do is just a little... Ah, fantastic. And off we're in. Big Thunder Mountain. Let's read the signs for it. Warning, it says, for safety you should be in good health and free from high blood pressure, heart, back or neck problems, motion sickness and other conditions that could be aggravated by this adventure. And I am thankfully free of all those things. However, I'm not sure if I'm free of being able to answer a bunch of questions whilst riding Big Thunder Mountain without feeling strange, motion sickness probably, who knows, or dropping you guys, which I will never do, don't worry. I think I'm more worried about what my reading skills are going to be like whilst I'm on the ride. And thank you so much to those of you who've asked questions on Instagram. There you go, it's just gone past again. Premier Access is pretty awesome though. Like, we bypassed the entire queue, all the zigzags up there, and I'm going to be more or less straight onto the ride. And there you go, we should be on the next ride. Guys, I'm literally very nervous. I'm guessing I'll be able to answer maybe 3 questions. I do have my mic as well, by the way, which is going to hopefully help you hear me, because it does get very loud on there. There you go. Let's head in. Merci, au revoir. Okay, we're officially on it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Right, okay, I can't even get the questions up. Definitely nothing here. Okay, right, first question. Which park is your absolute favourite? I would have to say Disneyland Paris. You can't even see me, but you can hear me hopefully. Disneyland Paris because of all the memories. It's the most beautiful park. Apart from Disneyland Paris though, oh my god. Apart from Disneyland Paris, I would also say Tokyo Disney Sea probably. Okay, your favourite Disneyland Paris merch you've ever bought? I cannot answer questions! My god! Oh my god, okay, so my favorite merch, there's a photo. My favorite Disneyland Paris merch, oh, I don't know, there's a lot. I think probably from the 25th anniversary in 2017, I bought a t-shirt that said 12th April 2017 on it. I don't think I ever wore it because it's a collector's item. There's Big Thunder Mountain over there. So yeah, I would say probably that one. What is one thing you would change about DLP? The food. The food could be better for sure. I don't know why. I've got some time for another question before we are through. Oh my God! What a time to be alive! I can't. There is no way I can talk. Okay, so, not sure how well you can hear me, but I probably could answer some more questions. Already on about 3, I think. I'm scrolling to the question. It's so loud. Somebody's asked, do you think you love Wicked more than Disney? And the answer is, I don't think so. No, I love Wicked, but I love Disney more. Woo! I'm going to answer one last question because the ride is technically over. How many times a year do you go to DLP? My hair's an absolute mess. It really does depend on the year and, you know, if there's any particular events, any particular seasons that I want to try and cover for YouTube. But I would say on average around 10 times a year maybe, so I definitely make the most of my annual pass. For sure, that was rough. But I think we answered about 5 questions. I'm not sure how well you would have been able to hear me. Like I said, I do have a mic, so hopefully you would have picked up my voice like much better than I actually sound, like louder, if you know what I mean. But that was fun. I loved it. It was stressful but fun. Well, that's our first ride done of the 3 attractions that I'm going to be riding whilst answering your question. I think it's probably the most difficult one as well. I don't know if you can hear the screams from time to time. It is just there behind me. I love it though. One of my favorite rides here in Disneyland Paris. And like I said, it is going to be closing for a period of a minimum 6 months, starting from the 6th of January 2025. So if you are visiting Disneyland Paris next year, especially for the first half of next year, then unfortunately you're not going to be able to ride Big Thunder Mountain. It's going to go under a major refurbishment just to make sure everything works perfectly. Ooh! Oh, I just love it. I love it. But if you are visiting in the next 6 months after January, don't worry, there are still plenty of fun things to do in Disneyland Paris. Even though this is an amazing, iconic ride in Disneyland Paris and one of my personal favorites, it's by no means the only good thing about Disneyland Paris. There's plenty more stuff that you can do here, so don't let it bother you too much. But we have now changed parks, and now we're in Walt Disney Studios Park, soon to be called Disney Adventure World, and by soon I mean 2026, when Frozen Land World of Frozen opens. And the next ride I'm about to go on is actually one that I've not been on for a long, long time. It's not one of my personal favorites. It's one that I actually have some potentially controversial opinions on. I've already said it. You already know which ride it's going to be. It's Aladdin's carpet rides, and for me, actually, let's get there first. It's Aladdin's Flying Carpets, of course, recently back open after a very long renovation process. And you can see it's got a 10-minute wait. Generally, the line for this is quite short. In French, it's called Le Tapis Volant, Flying Carpets of Aladdin. And they've definitely changed it quite a bit. I mean, it looks great, I have to say, in terms of, you know, the painting, everything's nice and fresh. But they have taken Genie out. And Genie used to be, I think, somewhere around there with like a little director's mic doing a film. But yeah, of course, with the new theming of this park, when it changes into Disney Adventure World, it's no longer going to have anything to do with making movies, which was the initial theming of this park when it first opened, you know, called Walt Disney Studios. And that's why the Genie being there, you know, wanting to make a film with us whilst we're on Aladdin's carpet rides made sense back in the days. And now they've taken that out. I feel like it's even more of a boring ride. I just feel like this ride, personally, is misplaced. I don't understand why it's still here in Walt Disney Studios Park, especially because they're basically turning this area into Worlds of Pixar. So it's like a Pixar area. You've got Crush's Coaster not far from it. There's a little area where you can meet some Pixar characters. It just doesn't make sense. I would have liked for them to change this into maybe a similar ride to what they have in Disney California Adventure with the Inside Out characters. Like, that is a very similar mechanism, right? It's like a spinning ride, but it's inside out, so it's Pixar. It makes more sense. That's my main problem with it. I think it just makes zero sense, and the fact that they've put so much effort into changing this whole park and re-theme it, and there's going to be so many exciting things coming. I'm like, why not do something about this as well? Why spend over 6 months, I think this was closed, renovating this when you could just take it away and, you know, build something new similar to it? And I know why. It's because obviously it would cost them more money to have a new ride fully. But it still makes me sad. Either way though, this is just my thoughts. I'm not saying it's a bad ride. It's actually very important to have a ride like this in a park like Walt Disney Studios, because most of the rides here are thrill rides, so it's perfect for the little ones and children. It does look pretty good though. It's so nice and fresh. You don't see a single spot that is like not looking fresh and colorful. So well done to Disneyland Paris. They have clearly done a good job of renovating this attraction. Without further ado though, 10-minute wait, let's head in. And it is worth noting that this ride doesn't actually have Premier Access because it doesn't need it. It very rarely gets queues of any longer than 15 minutes. And that took, I would say, less than 10 minutes actually, which should be on the next one. Loving the music, and we're number 13. I do enjoy the music. The music for Aladdin is so good. One of the best scores that Disney has ever done, I would say. So if anything, that's one cool thing about having this still around. And we are number 13, I was told. So trying to figure out the 16 over here, 15, number 13 should be. Oh, I think, there you go, there you go. Cute little pink and purple one with some blue as well. This is cute. And just like that, we're about to go up. Are we? Or do I need to be doing something? I am on the front row. I think the row behind, like, moves it a little bit, and then this is actually what takes you up or down. I'm not sure actually. I'm hoping we're going up. Yeah, we are going up. We are going up. Oh, this is cute. Okay, let me answer some more questions. So somebody asked me what my favorite, if I have a lucky number and a favorite color. And what I would say is that 13 I don't particularly like. I don't know if I have a lucky number or a favorite number necessarily. I do like the number 7 though. And in terms of color, it will have to be blue. And that was from Jessica. Somebody's asked, what ride, attraction, show from another park would you bring to the LP? Literally any of the modern rides from Tokyo Disney. I would love any of them in Disneyland Paris, whether it's Beauty and the Beast or any of the new rides in Fantasy Springs. Oh! We're literally swaying. The ride is short, so I don't even know, what do all the princesses want for Christmas? The next question. That's a very long one. I would say Snow White probably wants a fruit that is not an apple, because that apple would have traumatized her. And we're back down. I could have definitely done more questions there. I think I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's a very short ride, but perfect for kids. Not something that I would ever wait any longer than 10, 15 minutes for though. Isn't it weird that I managed to answer more questions on Big Thunder Mountain than on Aladdin's Flying Carpets? I definitely wouldn't have predicted that. I would have thought I'd be able to do more here. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I got distracted. Maybe the questions took a little bit of time for me to answer. And like I said, it is definitely a much shorter ride, this, than Big Thunder Mountain, which lasts a couple of minutes for sure. Like, Big Thunder Mountain Disneyland Paris, not only is it the best one, it's also the longest one, in my opinion. It's the fastest one. It's just great. But yeah, there you go. This is the newly refurbished Aladdin's Flying Carpets. With that being said, I am going to make my way back to the other park to do our final ride, and I've got so many questions, and thank you so much, by the way. If I obviously don't manage to answer your question in this video, it's because it's not easy to answer them on the ride, so don't take it personally. Hopefully I'll get to answer them at some point. I'll be doing more Q&As throughout 2025, but yeah, one more ride, one final chance to answer some of your questions. And just like that, I am back in the main park in Disneyland Park, and it's cold. It's a very freezing evening right now. And actually, on the way to where I'm standing right now, which is right at the entrance of Discoveryland, because our last and final ride is going to be in Discoveryland. But I met a lovely viewer, Kirsten, from the Netherlands, and she gave me this little present, which, thank you so much. And there was a note in it about the Facebook group that they run about disabilities and how to come to Disneyland Paris and the Disney parks with disabilities. So I thought I would just show it to you in case you might find it interesting or helpful in any way, especially if you're visiting Disneyland Paris and have a disability. Maybe the Facebook group might help you. It sounds like what they're doing is very, very good. So thank you again to Kirsten. But without further ado, it is time for our final ride. And my aim for this is to answer, oh, look, the cars are looking beautiful there behind us. But yeah, I really want to answer at least 5 questions on here. I don't know though, because Orbitron also isn't necessarily the longest of rides, and it's also not very comfortable either, so we'll see. Look at that though. Orbitron, I feel like, is an attraction that works even better in the dark with the lights on, with the projections. For me, I generally prefer to ride it when it's darker. And like I said, it's definitely an attraction that I haven't been on at all in 2024 yet. In fact, I couldn't even tell you when the last time was that I went on this ride. May have been in 2022. I don't even know if I did it last year. It looks like Orbitron is currently a 30-minute wait, half an hour. But thankfully, Orbitron does actually have Premier Access, so I'm going to be using it. Now, the thing about Orbitron is that it's a little bit scarier than it looks. It's definitely the more thrilling of the Dumbo type ride. So this, Dumbo, and the Aladdin Carpets ride that we just did. Out of the 3 of them, I would say this is the most exciting one and probably my favorite when it comes to the actual ride itself. But then Dumbo as well. Dumbo's a classic. So I think in terms of aesthetics and like classic Disney rides, I prefer Dumbo to this. But in terms of the actual thrill, then Orbitron obviously works. And basically a walk on again. Barely anybody in the queue for Premier Access for this. And I think it's because, you know, generally it's not like one of the very popular rides like Big Thunder Mountain. A lot of people will buy Premier Access for. This one is often also one of the cheaper ones, I think, on the app when you look at it. It can vary depending on the day, but I think it's something like €5 today, whereas Big Thunder Mountain can sometimes be €20 per person or even a little bit higher at times. And funnily enough, we are number 7 for Orbitron, my lucky number, so to speak. You can see the group before me go on their spaceships, and I just love, again, the light work on Orbitron at night time. And once we're up there, hopefully you will see, if I don't forget to show it to you, because I'm obviously going to be answering questions as well, but I will try and show you a little bit of a view of what you get of Discovery Land in the dark, and you can see the castle as well. Can't wait to get on it. You can see Space Mountain there behind me as well. I've got the questions ready. Like I said, I'm aiming for 5, minimum 5. Hopefully I'll do better than that, we'll see. And there you go, it's our turn. I think I'm just going to go, this one's 69, so the spaceships themselves don't actually have like the numbers that you're waiting on, but I think I'm going to go to something different, because 69 is also a number that I don't particularly love. This one doesn't have a number. I think we should start, yeah, let's start here. They do have the star signs, by the way, so this Orbitron attraction actually has a lot to do with star signs as well, and spaceships. And just like that, I am on the ride. I have to say, Orbitron is also quite a difficult ride to get in and out of. So I think actually because of that, the loading takes quite some time. So you end up waiting about 5 minutes or so between every go. But I think because I'm technically on the ride now, I can probably start answering some questions, I think, because we're literally in the ride. So the next question is, if you have to choose between Grand Floridian or Animal Kingdom Lodge, which one would you choose? That is a very difficult question, because I love Animal Kingdom Lodge. But as much as I love Animal Kingdom Lodge, I think the memories that I've made with my mom at the Grand Floridian just puts that a little bit above Animal Kingdom Lodge for me. And I mean, you can't fault the cast members, the service that you get at the Grand Floridian. It is like the peak of Disney World luxury, not the peak of luxury in general, but it's yeah, Grand Floridian. I'm rambling. I shouldn't be rambling. I want to try and answer as many as possible. And we are going up. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. What was your most magical Disney trip this year? It's a very hard one. I've been very lucky this year. I've managed to do some really incredible trips. We are doing it. And it leads this way. I'm getting distracted. I have to say, Florida with my mum in January was incredible. I'm literally about to fall. Oh my God, this is terrifying. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fall out of this. That's legitimately scary. Okay, yeah, Florida, but also D23 was incredible. I never imagined being able to attend it, and it was amazing. Next question, where's somewhere in, I'm terrified, guys. Where's somewhere in the world you'd love to visit that you have never been to? I would love to go to Mexico. I hope you can hear me. And Norway. Oh, yeah. Okay. Next question. How long do you think we will have Walt Disney Studios? I don't know. I think 2026, obviously, with Frozen opening, we have to wait until then at least. Next question. What is your favorite attraction? Definitely not this. Big Thunder Mountain, It's a Small World. Pirates as well, I would say. What's the next question we have here? Oh, Lord have mercy. What's World Premiere? World Premiere is what Studio One used to be. I forgot to show you the view, by the way. So yeah, it's the main entrance of Walt Disney Studios Park when you first go in. Best Christmas thing to do in Disneyland Paris. I think my favorite thing is the parade, Mickey's Dancing Christmas Parade. Oh, that was legitimately quite scary. And I didn't look at any of the views. I didn't even take in the views because I was just looking at you guys and my phone to read the questions. How many questions did we do? Also, my head feels a little bit dizzy. But yeah, I think we did about 5, maybe 4 or 5, hopefully. Let's get out of this. Lord have mercy. I'm not sure why, but that felt scarier than any other time I've ever ridden Orbitron. I think the fact that I was focused on you and my phone and like wasn't actually like looking at the views probably had a part to play in it. But I think I did well. At least I got to answer some questions. And again, there are so many other good questions that have been asked by you guys. So I'm so sorry that I didn't get to reply to all of them. But if you would like to ask some questions for the next time I attempt to do a video like this, or maybe perhaps just like a regular, normal Q&A, then make sure you follow me on Instagram, because that's where I tend to ask for Q&As. But just like that, we have come to the end of this chaotic, fun challenge. I hope you enjoyed it. Actually, leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought of it, and if you enjoyed it, maybe I can do something similar again in the future, maybe with some other rides. I'm not sure, but all I know is that I had fun, but it was also rather stressful, and to be fair, I don't even know what I answered to half the questions, so take my answers with a grain of salt, pinch of salt. I'm not sure what the saying goes like, but yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I thought I would just do a fun Q&A, something a little bit different to what I normally do, and I'm going to love you and leave you with that though. Huge shout out to my lovely Patreon members and my YouTube members as well. Thank you so much to you for watching the video. Subscribe for more videos and follow me on Instagram as well, and you bet there's going to be plenty more festive vlogs coming, as well as loads of new vlogs coming in 2025 as well, so make sure you're subscribed. There's so much fun stuff happening, so see you in the next one. Bye bye.